Here with Bridgit Mendler.
And Nancy.
Hey, what's up?
I don't know how to pronounce your last name, I'm sorry.
It's totally fine. You
Okay.
don't have to worry about it. We are out here celebrating Bridgit's EP, which is coming out this Friday. Nemesis.
Ooh,
You pumped?
yeah.
So pumped. So you have a couple songs out already. Atlantis, which came out a couple months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Killer song. I really love it.
Thank you.
And Do You Miss Me at All, which just came out like really recently.
Yeah. What was that, a week ago?
Yeah, like 2 weeks ago now.
Oh, time flies.
It's a banger if you haven't heard it. Everyone has to listen to it. So yeah, you have a bunch of like really cool stuff coming up. Release the EP, got your singles, you have a couple shows coming up, right?
Yes, I do. You guys, I have a show tomorrow in LA, which is exciting. The Echoplex, by the way. If you happen to just be around, just swing on by. I'm at the Echoplex. I'll be playing at like 10, but there are some really cool people that are playing before me too.
Mm-hmm.
But I've just been so obnoxious the past couple of days, like choosing my moments for vocal rest, maybe strategically. Like, oh, I'm so sorry that I can't have this conversation with you right now. I'm on vocal rest. But then if I really want to, like, I don't know, go out and dance, like,
yeah,
I'll be
then
singing
you're
along to
fine.
that song.
You're good.
Yeah.
Bring out the karaoke.
Selectively.
You're ready.
Yeah.
And then you have one in San Francisco and New York City coming up.
Yes.
Then you're going to South America for the first time, right?
I'm so excited to go to South America because I just would like to give a big thank you to all of my South American fans because you guys have been super loyal, very enthusiastic, and you've just been like holding my hand through this whole new release, which has been wonderful. And I'm so glad that I get to meet you in person finally. So that'll be great.
Oh yeah. So we have some activities to do.
Oh.
We're ready. We have some questions and themes in this little thing here. If you want to pick one out, and we can
In the bucket?
get going. Yeah, bucket time.
Bucket time. Bucket time. All right. This says the unexpected.
Oh boy.
Oh, so I think I know what this means. You guys, I've been flaunting a certain hidden talent of mine recently. I want to say this was about like 5 years ago that I took it upon myself to learn the salt and pepper shoop rap. And I haven't had to flaunt this in maybe like a year or something, so I might be a little rusty. Please be gracious with me. But I'm prepared to rap a couple bars of shoop.
Yeah, she's gonna do it.
Do you want to keep time?
Absolutely.
I know you got, oh, okay, we got backstage beatboxer. Here I go, here I go, here I go again. Girls, what's my weakness? Men. Okay then, chillin', minding my business. Yo, Salt, I looked around and I couldn't believe this. I swear, I stared. My niece, my witness. The brother had it going on with something kinda, wicked. Had to kick it. I'm not shy, so I asked for the digits. Oh no, that won't make me see what I want. Slip, slide to it swiftly. Felt it in my hips, so I dipped back to my bag of tricks and I tripped for a bit. Made me wanna do tricks on them like a lollipop should be. Came to my senses and I chilled for a bit. Don't know how you do the voodoo that you do so well. It's a spell. Hell makes me wanna shoot. I mean,
that was. I am in awe. I am in awe.
Oh, thanks.
That's incredible. Yeah, I wasn't sure what to expect with
first.
the unexpected, but like that's pretty unexpected.
Yeah, imagine little 15-year-old me just I don't know how you do the voodoo. Yeah.
Wow.
I love that
I feel
rap.
like now I have to like go. We'll have to do another Facebook Live for me.
Yeah.
I can do a rap.
Me and my roomie, we got into like a whole rap memorizing phase, and one time we were getting a lot of like different furniture things for our house, appliances, that kind of thing, like scoping out the deals. And in LA, if you're trying to scope out the deals, you basically have to zigzag the city to find the best faucet and the best drain system. So it was a lot of like driving, and we killed time by learning raps. So for next time, Outkast's The Rooster.
Absolutely.
That's
I'll
a
do
challenging
that.
one.
You want to pick another?
Oh.
You ready to dive back in?
Okay. Let's see. Journey through music.
Oh boy.
What am I going to talk
Cool.
about that?
So this question that we have, it talks about kind of like your growth and evolution from when you first did Hello, My Name Is to now releasing Nemesis this Friday. So like if you want to talk about how like your experience with that compares to now, like personally, emotionally, like anything like that you want to tackle that.
Yeah. I guess again, just like thank you guys for listening, and this whole experience, it really has been very surreal. Just of like sharing this music. I've been making music since I was born. Yada yada yada. Like loved music. It's always been something that I do. I would tell my friends to write songs because for me that was just the way that I processed life. I was like, guys, if you have an issue, just write a song about it. It'll be all better. It was like the best Band-Aid. So then once I started working with Disney, I signed with Hollywood Records, and they were wonderful with really like allowing me just to be a part of the writing process, and I wanted to learn how to write a pop song because I just been writing on my own up until that point. And for whatever reason, my tastes always lent like jazzy, and at first that was something that I fought against. I was like, oh, this always sounds like some sort of lounge song, and I'm 12. What am I doing? But at a certain point, I had the privilege through working with the Hollywood Records to make pop music and to really learn about that structure and that whole thing. And I worked with great people that like allowed me to share my ideas. And Hello, My Name Is was really exciting to put out, and I can't believe still that people know those songs, or that I would like turn on the radio and it was there. It was just like super surreal. But we toured that album and promoted it for a long time. And I think I came to a point, I remember, because like the first album process, I was super excited. The second one, I came out scared, just like I had no idea what to do. Like, I remember I was at my grandparents' house, and I was just like, I have no idea what to make. Like, I was just confused with myself at that point, and I think just, like, so much life had happened that I wasn't quite sure how to, like, reassess what I even sounded like. And it took a lot of searching and, searching to find the right team members to make the project with, and ultimately it wasn't with Hollywood Records. It was once I left them, I did a lot of just like music exploring myself, and it was like scary to have nobody to like answer to or refer to. Like, I think I had become used to that sort of like touch point, somebody who I could just like ask their opinion and get their feedback. And like, honestly, I'm so bad with just like trusting my own gut on things. But at that point, it was just like, it was a summer of me and my computer like producing little random scratch ideas, or like going to coffee shops and just writing and having like nobody to ask what they thought. I was just like, well, I like this, and I guess for right now that's all that matters. What do I do? And I listened to a lot of music. I wound up meeting with this guy, Spencer Bastian, like towards the end of last summer. And it was funny. We both just like wanted to commit to a project. Like, I wanted a teammate. Like, I knew I'm not going to do all of this on my own, and I didn't want to. And so once both of us kind of were in that state of mind, we kind of tentatively like breached the subject of like working together as a team. We were like, I don't know, maybe you'd want to work with me. We're like, maybe we could do a bunch of dates together and just see what happens. Because I had been like serial dating with different writers and producers for a solid 2 years. It was like 2 years of 2 days with people in a row and just being like, well, did we make magic yet? All right, time's up. And it was just super stressful. And so it was great, like, once... sorry, I'm so popular. my friends are messaging me. I'm just going to turn off the phone for now. But yeah, anyways, so finally I had the space to create with Spencer and then Misha. So together they're Book and Bastion. Their first names are Spencer and Misha. And once it was the three of us, it was amazing. I think also just all of us really connecting on a creative level. We just we knew that we were on the same page creatively. We'd go into the studio and we'd just start improvising, start noodling around, and the song would just emerge, and it was just the most exciting feeling to have no idea what we were going to come out with at the end of the day, but it was something that we would all just be so excited about. At the end of one session, we're such nerds. We didn't know what to do, and so we just stood up and high-fived each other. Just yeah,
we did it.
That was good.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, it was just it's scary to really have no one to answer to, but we wound up making new music, and it felt like just a more complex expression of me and where I'm at now, and it's great.
That's what people get to hear on Friday.
That's
what they've
they
already
get
heard
to
part
hear
of
on
already.
Nemesis. Yeah. The brainchild of Book and Bastion and myself, and a lot of vulnerable stories.
Yeah. That's so great. I'm glad you're so excited about it.
Oh.
It must be so awesome to have a project coming out that you really poured your heart and soul into it now.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be out there.
I mean, so Nance has been working on the project with me. Yeah, Miss Behind the Scenes. If anyone has seen my Facebook Lives before, she's generally behind the scenes, but we
Holding the camera.
we forced her to go in front of the camera this time.
Here I am.
And she looks great, and she's killing it. But yeah, so she's just seen me obsess over this project, and it's such a labor of love. Every day is so exciting and so fun, and it's so cool to see people respond to the music. It just it blows my mind. So I'm having a lot of fun.
Yay!
Yay!
Cool. Do you want to move on to another question?
We got Thinker.
Oh, this is the emo part.
Oh, okay. So guys,
this is the emo part.
I need to turn my phone back on for this.
Y'all might not know, but Bridgit is a scholar. She is a student, and she loves poetry.
I do.
So she's turning her phone back on. We're gonna whip out some Sylvia Plath just shortly. Why did you pick this one?
Because I knew we were going to be on a beach set, and I was like, yo, this is way too sunny. We've got to bring some rain clouds. So, yes, I love poetry, and there are just a couple of poets that just, hit on a heart level for me, and this poem in particular of Sylvia Plath's, I think the words, I honestly think Sylvia would be a great rapper. I think she's really clever with her words, and her the way that the words sound when she writes them. And actually, it's interesting that I'm describing it as the way the words sound, because something I really wanted to do for this poem is show it to you, because I feel like that's a part of the experience. So I went through her Ariel book last summer, and this was one of my favorite poems of hers. So my good friend is going to scroll it, do a manual scroll across the screen, and it's called Night Dances. So here we go. A smile fell in the grass, irretrievable. And how will your night dances lose themselves? In mathematics? Such pure leaps and spirals, surely they travel the world forever. I shall not entirely sit emptied of beauties, the gift of your small breath, the drenched grass, smell of your sleeps, lilies, lilies. Their flesh bears no relation, cold folds of ego, the calla, and the tiger, embellishing itself, spots and a spread of hot petals. The comets have such a space to cross, such coldness, forgetfulness. So your gestures flake off, warm and human, then their pink light, bleeding and peeling, through the black amnesias of heaven. Why am I given these lamps, these planets, falling like blessings, like flakes, six-sided, white on my eyes, my lips, my hair, touching and melting, nowhere. Drama!
Very good. That's so It's so interesting. I've never been one into poetry, but it's always so interesting to me.
Yeah,
There's
so
always that other meaning to it.
Exactly. And like the thing I also would just like to say I've never read poetry out loud, so I have no idea if I was reading it right. Like, because poets are weird with their punctuation, you know? Like, they'll put a space in somewhere where you're actually supposed to just, like, steam right through it because there's no punctuation, and then the punctuation falls somewhere weird, and I don't know what to listen to be honest.
I think you did a good job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But, yeah, the thing that I love about poetry is that it does hit on so many levels, like, the reason why I like that poem is actually not mainly about the message. I think what's cool about that one, and for those of you that maybe don't read poetry or listen to poetry or whatever, I still think that that one is just so beautiful. Like, the first time I read that poem, I just thought that it was so beautiful. And I think she does a great job of just, like, having these really visual and interesting sound words that anybody can access and admire. It's like you look at a painting, and maybe it's like a modern art painting, and you're like, I have no idea, is that a dog or is it like a comet? I can't tell. But you're like, but it's beautiful. And I think that there's something really cool about just hitting like an everyday person, like somebody who maybe doesn't like have a context for that art form, and they can still appreciate it. And honestly, that's what I think is so cool about pop music, is that I think it can cross a lot of boundaries, and like people in general can appreciate it, and they can be hit by it on the first listen, but like it's cool when it can keep giving more and more the more times you listen to it. So like for me, when I'm reading poems, I'll read it probably like 15 times, because it keeps giving like different layers to it. Gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah. Awesome. So you're so involved on Twitter, as I know and as you know, but have you found that like that kind of happens with your fans, that like you find you're still always getting like new interpretations of it and like new opinions and things, even like Atlantis came out in the end of August, like
yeah,
finding that?
Yeah, definitely. And I actually, what I loved about putting out the music video was that people were really like excited to give their own interpretations of what was going on. And this is something actually that I noticed from Sylvia Plath is, so I got the edition of her Ariel book where in the back it had like her commentaries on different poems. And so I guess she'd gone on some radio show and like given a commentary on like what one of her poems would mean. And one of them, she literally just says, this is about a horse that goes on a walk. And I was like, you go, girl, because she's like, everything that's in the poem is there.
Yeah.
Like, it almost like takes away from the reader or viewer's experience to try to explain it. So sometimes when I'm like asked to give a commentary on my songs, I feel like, do I want to summarize it this way? It feels like, A, I made this mysterious for a reason. And then B, I want to allow people the freedom to, you know, tread their own path with it and see what they want. Because, like, we put out the behind the scenes for the Atlantis music video, and, you know, it has me explaining, like, oh, it's just, you know, this girl going to get revenge, or like, to pull, like, a little prank on her ex. And there were so many people that commented saying that they were bummed that it, like, wasn't about what they thought it was about.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, and it's like, I kind of love that
like
you
the
can,
mystery.
yeah, that people can get what they want out of it.
Yeah, and definitely putting your own, everyone gets their own personal attachment to it in that certain way.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's better if it just stays in their world.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Like, I went to see Adele in concert a number of years ago, and her second album, I think that was 21, that was the second. Yeah. So, that album, I'd listened to at a very, like, condensed period of time in my life, and so it really was attached to that for me. And it was weird, like, going to the show and having her give the story behind the songs and have, like, Adele right up there singing them when, like, I was so emotionally attached to hearing them in my car or on my earbuds as I'm, like, going wherever, that, like, it was just a completely different relationship to form with those songs, which is cool. Like, it's cool to connect it to the creator, but, like, sometimes your experience with things is just, it's its own.
So you're like all for your fans like building their own meaning and doing their own thing.
Totally.
Even if you like, I mean, you're doing a bunch of interviews. Like even if you say it's one way, that doesn't necessarily mean, you know, you wrote it for a reason, but other people interpret it for a reason.
Very true.
They exist for your fans.
They exist. Yeah, they live on through the people that make something of them for themselves.
Awesome. You want to dive back in?
Okay. Next we have collabs.
Collabs. You said that, I mean, you mentioned earlier that even working with, like, Bastion and Buck, like, that's a collaboration in some way, like...
Yeah.
And I know you're super into collaborating. Like, what do you value most about collaborating?
I love... Collaboration is, like, improv to me. I love feeding off of the other person. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like... The epitome of that experience for me, there was this one artist that I really, like, admired that I worked with. He came over to the studio, and I was just, like, I was such a fan that I was like, regardless, my life is made. If the song never makes it out, my life is made. And so, it was just so cool to, like, watch somebody else's process, and then, like, he starts sort of, like, humming, sitting on the couch, and then I'm, like, sitting there, and I start, like, weaving in my variation on his melody, and it was, like, building on each other, and we just found our way to the melody, and then we decided to actually record the song as a duet, like, both of us recorded at the same time to kind of capture that, like, overlap. And it was really cool to just, like, really listen to the other person and see what they can give, because, like, what's in another person's creative mind is something that I would have never thought of, and I love that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
How do you find people to collab with? Like, I know that you said before you'll just, like, you're huge fans of people, so you'll reach out to them through, like, Twitter or something.
Yeah.
Be like, I love your work.
Yeah. I'm a shameless fan. Yeah, so Twitter's that's a major way. I've met pretty much everybody that I've recently, like, interacted with through Twitter. I love talking to fans on there as well. It's great. I just love that you can, like, access a person so easily through there, and I love reading, like, what fans have to offer and share on there, and I'm always down to talk. So if you ever want to, like, ask a question about something, or even just, like, bring up a random subject, like, what do you think about vegetarians? I could tell you what I think. Maybe it's going to be some trivial piece of information, but we can talk about it.
You never know.
Yeah. But yeah, so I met a lot of people that I love through music through there. So I generally will, like, if I'm looking for more current music happening right now, I'll go to the blogs that I can trust and that I like, and have my mind blown by somebody, and then I'll post and say, you blew my mind. Spread the word about that artist, and then if they're excited about, you know, the idea of working together, then we do something. It's fun, and generally what none of us could have expected. Actually, another one of my collaborations, I'm performing our collaboration live tomorrow at the Echoplex. Yeah. So one of the guys that I wound up working with, this was our first collaboration. We just I brought in my ukulele, and he started making a beat, and we wrote a song, and it probably took like half an hour to write. We just like jammed it out super fast, and then now we're performing it at the Echo.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
I feel like collaborations are so special because it's like, you know, you couldn't have made that work of art on your own. Like,
exactly.
You very much need someone else there.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
Yeah,
man. Huh? Oh, do you want to say who it is?
Should I say who it is?
I think you could say who it is. I
probably can. Okay, so my good friend Pell, he's this rapper, also East Side LA based, like myself. He's gonna come out and we're gonna do a song that we wrote together.
Perfect. It's all you Pell fans.
Pell fans.
Double whammy, Bridgit Mendler and Pell.
Yeah, we're gonna go rehearse it right after this, actually.
Yeah, come on out and see. Cool. Well, do you want to do some fan questions?
Yeah. Yay! We get to chat.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. 4 questions. This person is wondering, will you follow suit of other big names and do acting in films again? Yes. I plan to keep on acting. I actually have been dabbling a little bit with that. But I think it's cool how, like, with this creative process of making this body of music, I've really got to just figure out what I like and what I want to do. And I kind of want to do the same thing with acting. You know, I want to just maybe have some more opportunities for creative control. I think it'd be fun. It's also the same thing as collaborating. It's like if somebody just wants me to be in their project, like, that's so fun, too. Like, that's what I'm doing on Nashville. Okay.
You can scroll up too.
Oh, yeah. All right. Maybe I'll do that. Oh, yeah. Good point. Okay, so that was Nigel calling. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Nigel.
Thank you, Nigel. Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to think of Juan David Cruz Benitez. Nice forenamer. He asked, are you working on a full-length album? Yes, I am. I'm getting back in the studs to do that. With Book and Bastion, we made probably like 40 songs, at least, during the process of coming up with stuff. So maybe we're going to revisit and revise that. But it's just exciting now that the music's out to know that people dig it. So that now we're even more excited to just, like, do crazy things. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Now I'm going to scroll to the front. People are asking a lot about different shows. So yes, I am planning on doing shows in other places. So stay tuned on that because there will be more announced for the new year. But yeah, as far as other destinations, please just keep asking because the more that you ask, the more it's like, hey, yeah, we should bring her there. Because I would love to go everywhere. I love travel. I do. Okay.
One more?
Yeah, Cooper Green asks, are you going back to acoustic? Interesting question. I think, this EP has had a lot more electronic influences in it, mainly due to Book and Bastion that I work with. And so Bastion is a DJ sort of guy, and then Book does, he's from, like, hip-hop in Toronto area. So those were the influences that they brought to the sound of the music. And I'm excited to kind of, like, play around with different sonic influences this next time. And actually, I was a little bit inspired by more acoustic songs as of late. So, maybe.
We'll see.
Cool.
But, yeah. I mean, I think that's all the time we have for today. It's so awesome that people have so many questions.
Yeah.
It's like, as Bridget mentioned, Twitter is always a really good place to ask those.
Very true.
She loves the tweets.
I love to tweet. So, yeah, if you ever have any questions, just shoot them to me on Twitter. I'm Bridgit Mendler.
Yeah, Bridgit Mendler. Nemesis out this Friday.
Yeah. Nemesis out on Friday. Woo!
Yeah, thanks for joining.
Here comes the Nemesis.
Bye.
Bye.